I thought it'd be interesting to compare both of these devices, the iPhone SE from 2022 and the iPhone 15 Pro. The SE is the lowest price phone sold by Apple at $429, while the 15 Pro is sold at $1,000. Two different price points. But I thought it'd be more interesting comparing the SE at a different price, a way lower price, $150, and that could be found at prepaid carriers such as Total by Verizon, Walmart Mobile, Straight Talk, and Simple Mobile. Those are the ones that I found. They're prepaid carriers. They run off Verizon, and the unlimited plans are usually $40 to $50. So I think you're getting a really good deal for the iPhone SE if you do not want to get something as expensive as $1,000 on the iPhone Pro. So that's the price point that I want to compare these phones at. So I thought it'd be interesting. So besides that, let's get into all the specs and just see how these match up with each other. So we're not really comparing an old phone to a new phone because the SE was launched, the third edition was launched in 2022, the 15 Pro in 2023. Weight-wise, the SE, very lightweight, 5 ounces versus the 6.6 ounces in the 15 Pro. So very lightweight, smaller device on the SE versus a more premium, bigger device in the 15 Pro. Materials wise, they both feel really good, but you're just getting a little bit more quality with the 15 Pro. Is made out of glass and titanium versus aluminum and glass on the SE, but they both feel pretty good. Connectivity wise, this is a very interesting comparison because the SE has a nano SIM card slot and eSIM capability, while the 15 Pro only has eSIM. This is a big win for the SE because you can still use physical SIM cards, swap them out real quick, while the 15 Pro, they're eSIM only and very hard and difficult to switch devices, especially if you want to switch from an Android to an iPhone and vice versa. And it takes only 5 seconds to physically take out that SIM card. So that's something that the iPhone Pro cannot touch on the iPhone SE. Both of these have a dust and water resistance. You just get a little bit better on the 15 Pro. You got IP67 on the SE, IP68 on the 15 Pro. 1 meters of submersion for 30 minutes on the SE versus 6 meters for 30 minutes of submersion on the 15 Pro. Both have Apple Pay with NFC, so that's the same thing there. Display type, this is where a big difference comes into play as well. The SE has a Retina IPS LCD display at 625 nits versus the Super Retina XDR OLED display on the 15 Pro with 1,000 to 2,000 nits of brightness. So you're getting a way brighter, better display on the 15 Pro. It also has 120 hertz super smooth scrolling versus the old school 60 hertz regular scrolling on the SE. And a big difference in size. The SE is 4.7 inches versus 6.1 inches on the 15 Pro. And that's due to the fact that these bezels on the top and the bottom of the SE make it a lot less screen size versus the pretty much all screen front on the 15 Pro. You got 65% screen to body ratio on the SE versus 88% screen to body ratio on the 15 Pro. The resolution, you get 326 ppi on the SE versus 461 ppi on the 15 Pro. So a lot of things are just more clear on the 15 Pro. Another big difference is the Pro has always on display, which you could put widgets on. You can show the time, alarms, notifications when your phone is charging, something the SE does not have. It's pretty much considered a Pro feature. But the iPhone SE in general is a smaller device, but with more bezels. 15 Pro has just a big, brighter, better display. Software-wise, both of these are running iOS 17, and they're going to get several years of updates right alongside each other, so there's no real advantage with these. Chipset-wise, the SE has a A15 Bionic versus the A17 Pro on the iPhone 15 Pro. That's not a big difference, really, in day-to-day activities. But if you're a gamer and you're really into video and photography, the 15 Pro is going to suit you better. And that chipset will probably get more chances of updates. But both of these in general, they're going to get several years of updates with no problem. Storage wise, you get 64 gigs starting on the SE versus 128 on the 15 Pro, so double the storage right there. RAM wise, you also get double the RAM. You get 4 gigs of RAM on the SE and 8 gigs of RAM on the 15 Pro. For most people, I think the storage wise might pose a problem, but the RAM is where you really are going to get differences. You're going to see them in the future when you are getting more intensive chipsets, more intensive games and updates. You're just going to have a lot better luck on the 15 Pro. Same thing with the chip. With the chip, you're just going to have several more years in the future of better updates and better experiences. But both of these are pretty powerful phones given day-to-day use. Now, for example, the A15 Bionic chip on the SE is the same chip that's in the iPhone 13. So we're pretty much chip-wise, processor-wise, we're comparing an iPhone 13 to the 15 Pro. So not much difference there for the everyday use. Camera-wise, flat out, the 15 Pro just kills it. That's one of the features. That's the bread and butter of the Pro series, is they have way better cameras. The SE has a single 12 megapixel shooter versus the 15 Pro's 3 cameras. You got a 48 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide. They made a big deal about the camera system on the 15 Pro. I could go and name all the better things that the 15 Pro has camera wise, but there's just too much. In general, both of these take great camera, great pictures, but the 15 Pro is just going to take amazing pictures and videos. Both of these shoot 4K, so that's one big difference right there, or one big similarity that there's no difference in. You got 4K for the price wise. That's pretty good right there. Selfie wise, 7 megapixel shooter on the SE, 12 megapixel on the 15 Pro. Selfie camera shoots in 1080p versus 4K on the 15 Pro. Now, Bluetooth, we got 5.0 on the SE, 5.3 on the Pro. To me, it doesn't really make a big difference. It's just about connecting your headphones and your AirPods and stuff like that. Both of these, again, have NFC for Apple Pay, same thing there. But the connection-wise and charging is a big difference. You got the old school regular Lightning port on the SE versus the 15 Pro's new USB Type-C port. Now, this is going to cause a lot of people to upgrade all their chargers, which might be a headache. But some people might like having just one single charger, so you can use the USB Type-C charger for your MacBook, for your AirPods, for your Android device, pretty much all your Switch, Nintendo Switch. All these devices will be charged by that one single cable, but you might have some devices that don't have it, and you're gonna have to be mixing and matching and carrying 2 different cables. That's gonna be the immediate thing that is gonna probably piss off a lot of people, but with time, this is gonna be less and less of an issue. Next is security and unlocking. You got the iPhone SE with a home button fingerprint unlock. 15 Pro has Face ID. The iPhone 15 Pro also has an ultra wideband chip too, which don't worry about it too much, but basically the only thing I can notice is that it'll help you locate your devices and people faster and show you an arrow with a compass. Another thing that the 15 Pro has is emergency SOS, and they also added roadside assistance. So basically, in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone service, you could get connected quickly if you need help. Battery wise, the SE has a 2018 milliamp battery versus the 15 Pro's 3274 milliamp battery. So you're just gonna get way better battery life on the 15 Pro in general. They both have fast charging, charge you up 50% in 30 minutes, and they both have wireless charging as well. So all in all, I don't think that these devices, they're not that different from each other. But in certain areas like price, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck on the SE. But the 15 Pro will definitely serve you in the future with a lot more RAM, just a way better internals, and the camera system for a lot of people that really want to they're very serious about taking video and taking pictures. The SE, it has its benefits as well that are not found on the 15 Pro, such as still having the Lightning port and having a a physical SIM card slot, and just the price in general too is just obviously way better. And for some people, they still like a smaller, lightweight device. So that's been my comparison of the iPhone SE and the 15 Pro.